We're just going to look at the rotation tool. It's just a basic function that I haven't really covered. So just for this purpose, I'm going to come back to these designs. I'm going to practice some of those things we learned earlier. Group this, push and pull that. There we go. Triple click and group that there. Move tool. And you'll notice that by using my hotkeys on my keyboard, you'll notice I'm barely going back to that set of tools on the left-hand side. Instead, I'm just using my hotkeys on my keyboard and I'm able to work quite a bit faster. And I've only gotten used to that because I do it often. So here's a simple design. And I want to actually rotate this. I'm creating a kind of a slope out of this bit of timber perhaps, and I want it then eventually to connect to this upright post. So the rotation tool is Q on our keyboard. When you hover this around your design, you'll notice it's snapping to the different axes depending on what face you're putting it on. So again, it always pays never to be modeling in a straight on view like this or a straight view like this. It's really helpful to kind of see and treat your space like a three-dimensional thing. So with Q engaged, I'm just going to decide on what angle or where I want to rest this while I rotate. So I definitely need it to be on the green face. I'm having trouble doing that, so I'll use my arrow keys. There you go, until it gets green. I'm going to start on that top corner. I again, always top corner or the center. I've just clicked once and I'm not holding down the click like I've mentioned earlier, and I'm just running it along that top edge. So click, run it along the top edge, click again, and then start forcing it down. Now you might have a particular angle in mind. I'm looking at the angle counter on the bottom right. 30 degrees looks right. You can type it or you can wait to hit 30 and then click a third time. So there's my post. It is in place, and that is how the rotation tool is essentially used. If I had done that on, if I do this up here now, it's going to go in this direction. If I do it on this face, now notice the compass here isn't actually a particular axis color. It should be, however, running along that surface and the angle. That's not a good place to put it because I don't really know where to start. I could go all the way to the bottom and hit that center point. There we go, and move it that way. So just be really aware of where you put the compass, because as soon as you've turned it, and if you turn it wrong, it's best just to undo. So just Control Z and try it again. The last little thing I'll just hit here is now we've got a join, but actually I know there's material going inside of this block. That's not what I want. So just hitting back the normal arrow key, double clicking to modify this block. The objective is to shave off the piece inside this block which we can't see. That's quite important. If I come into styles and just show you the hidden line version of this, you can see it still exists. That would probably be an issue later on when you are cutting sections or doing other kind of planning drawings, but this would be a nice little exploration of two parts joining. I'm going to use the pencil, just L on my keyboard. I'm inside the component or the part that I'm modifying. I'm going to draw a line from here to here, come out of this selection. I'm going to temporarily move it out from, again, just a point, and I'm going to drag it along the red axis. Again, if you're having trouble doing that, use your arrow keys to force it on the red. So that was the right arrow key in this case. Click twice again to modify, push, pull, click it all the way back until it says on face, or by clicking the back edge, either one of those, and you notice it's now disappeared. I can come back out again, hit the move tool and move it back and along the red axis until it says on edge, and click again. And now we've got a nice sort of black line there indicating that that is now been mitered and cut to suit and fit that angle. So there's quite a bit there covered. How to use the rotation tool, things to be aware of when you're using the rotation tool, and then how to modify that slope, that part, so that it is flush and mitered against this piece here.